Kia ora koutou whānau, welcome along to Norana Park in Mangere, South Auckland. We're here for the American Flag Football National Championships. And what a treat we have for you watching at home, called Mark Pierre Toku Ingoa. And alongside is Brendan McGurk. And Brendan, two youth teams that have made their way through Fridays, Saturdays, all the pool play games, and played out semi-finals today to make it into the youth gold medal match. Two really good teams.
Two really, really good teams with a lot of promising talents. Both these teams met up yesterday, and they actually ended in a draw. So we're hoping we don't have a draw today. Otherwise, we'll have to go into overtime.
And no, you cannot have a vowel. All the H's in the alphabet are going to be used in this matchup. It is the Hawke's Bay Heat taking on the Hamilton Hawks. And I mean, we've had a chance to see both these teams play. And you can see there on the screen the lineup for the Hamilton Hawks: Billy Knight, Jack Dolan, Ethan Clark, Elias Thomas, Ben Freeman, Travis Eggen, Nate Hullen, Ruben Kingsley, Bryce Parks, Ryan Parks, the captain, and it looks like Joshua Fagula is in there as well. Over to the Hawke's Bay Heat, and these looks like the this looks like the senior sides if I'm looking here, because Adam Blake, Jordan Cox. These are teams that are going to be listed in the seniors. So sorry about the graphics, not quite on point right there, but we do know that lining up for the Hawks youth team is Josh Peden, Oliver Peden, Jackson Edwards, Nathan Jordan, George Singer Roots, Caston Beartuka, Damien Henwood, Sam Penny, CJ Kua, and Justin Falcon. And of course, a late entrant, Nate Holland, in at 3. Only 18 years old, so plenty of youth on display and exciting times for the game here in New Zealand. The flag football is really on the rise. For the first time that we've been able to see these guys play, and of course we'll have the women's gold medal match as well. But before it gets underway, we'll throw to the ads and we'll be back shortly.
Of the New Zealand American Football Federation. We've got the chairman, Andrew Fraser, who's alongside me, and it's a very important announcement. And Andrew, the TAB, is this where most of your income comes from?
Yeah, that's right. TAB are very significant contributors to us here at NZAFF, and for that we're very grateful.
How does it work?
So look, actually a little bit of every bet in American football globally comes back to support New Zealand American football and support and grow the game nationally. And the majority of that is through betting on betting in the NFL.
Well, I'd imagine that you're not going to be too happy with the next question, because I'm a big San Francisco 49ers fan. If I bet on the 49ers, what impact does that have on you here in New Zealand?
Oh, mate, we're very appreciative of punters like you, and for my beloved Carolina Panthers as well. Look, the fact of the matter is, American football is actually quite an expensive sport with the helmets and other kind of safety equipment. So we really appreciate the impact of funding from TAB for that. As an example, earlier this year we bought about $40,000 worth of helmets and other safety equipment to give to our clubs across the country, and you'll see that today on youth teams, in our women's game, and also the men's game today as well. Let's
expand the conversation, because thanks to the TAB, but this is a game that's growing right throughout New Zealand, not just here in Auckland. Tell me more.
Yeah, that's right. So we've seen a lot of growth in American football in New Zealand over the past few years, both in Auckland, which is still our main area for that, but we've got leagues going in Wellington and Christchurch, and we've also got clubs in Turangi, in Nelson, the Nelson Bay Honey Badgers actually, and then also in Hawke's Bay as well. So we're really seeing growth of the game nationally.
It's a terrific sport. You've got to get in behind it. Andrew, your final thoughts?
Yeah, just a big thank you to the TAB and also punters globally around this, supporting New Zealand American football. Just to reiterate the TAB message, never bet beyond your means and always bet responsibly. Also can't wait for a great day of games out here today as well.
Yeah, looking forward to the finals today.
Cool. And Hamilton start with the ball.
Indeed, here we are. First play for the Hamilton Hawks, and
short pass under pressure. incomplete.
Shout out to the Heat, who we ended up getting the graphics a little wrong on the screen, but in Cameron Orr in 18, Justin Vanderholt in 14, Benji Harris in 21, Piers Clennon in 88, Ezra Morton in 19, Max Jamison in 20, and Joseph Thomas will be wearing the 17. As you heard, it is the Hamilton Hawks with the ball here in the first half. And you can see the quarterback there. I love it. He's got himself the wristband with the plays on it. And playing into a strong headwind. The Hawks, 3 receivers out to the right. And, oh, little dinky dive. And it's a good ball. And Josh Pedden makes the reception.
It was quite a tricky play there just at the start there with the man in motion going all the way to the right hand, left-hand side and then back to the right, just to see if they're playing man or zone. No movement, they're playing zone.
And with that read, have managed to make it up to halfway through to the halfway mark, which will allow them to get that first down. Oh! Well, that wasn't drawn up.
That was caught by young Orr. 2 feet in bounds.
It was a wonderful catch there from the captain, Cameron Orr, and the Hawke's Bay Heat have turned the ball over and will go out there on offense. It's a bit of a wayward pass there, and Damien Henwood will be disappointed in that really tidy play. Patuka takes it on a quick out route and gets him the first down. So here we go again. Hawks with possession. First down, just over the halfway line. Bit of a run play. There we go. Here was a runner. And it's twinkle toes along the sideline and a bit of evasive hip movement. And it's a wonderful play from the Hawks as they find themselves marching up with their faces into the wind. A really, really good game there. To the number 9, Josh Pedden,
who seemed to be in the previous game was a man was untouchable.
Yeah. Switching up quarterbacks again now. It's Josh Pedden who's going to receive the snap. No, he's not. It's a little inward pass there. Not sure on that play. Not sure what that was going to achieve, but Damien Henwood received the direct snap off to the left-hand side and Josh ran through, but it almost seems like the defenders were waiting because the quarterback's standing there with the ball.
Yeah.
It's a tough ask for them to have not picked up with Josh. And they did that really well. All right, receivers stacked out to the right. And a bit of a motion. Josh on a motion. He goes, cuts out. Oh, he's open. He's going to try and find it, but he can't.
Hacked.
He's been picked. And now it's going to be a matter of who's got the wheels. And it was Josh Pedden who had the wheels in the end, but a wonderful defensive play there.
By Harris from the Heat.
By Harris. Harris has been the one to watch so far on offense and now on defense. Benji Harris, clean set of heels, great set of hands, and it's a couple of turnovers each now, and still 0-0 in the gold medal championship match in the youth division for the flag football national championships. Here's Orr again, such a solid receiver, not too dissimilar to his old man who'll be playing in the grand final for the men's division.
It's a family affair, isn't it?
It is indeed a family affair. Keep an eye out if you're watching the stream for Murray Orr, his dad, as in Cameron Orr. He's sitting there on the sideline right now watching. There's Harris. Oh, he's thrown a floater in there, and this could be dangerous. Another turnover. So, as we sit here and we watch the youth championship game, it seems to be all intercepts.
Well, as we said before, and the thing, both these teams drew.
Yeah.
So they know exactly how they're going to play each other. It's just one thing. One thing and the floodgates will open. So, we get to see
The Hamilton Hawks again on offense. Damien Henwood buys himself a little time. Oh, it was a nice little pass over, but it was quite difficult down by the knees. And Kastin Beatuka could not collect it, as all good wide receivers do. Looks down at his gloves and thinks, what happened there?
What have I done?
But it was a bit tough. It was a little behind him, and it was down by his knees. So take that one on the chin there, Kastin. Don't worry about it, mate. Get the next one. Second down. Henwood buys himself enough time and a great ball through. This could be dangerous. Man, tell you what, Josh Pedden has some wheels. He collected that ball around the middle of the field and just scooted. If it wasn't for a good defensive play, he would have gone the full yards left and put up the first 6 points of the youth final. Henwood now in the pocket, sits, zings
right.
it. Oh,
broken up.
Good defense. That was really, really good defense.
Oh, flag was thrown.
We will see. Bit of laundry on the field. We'll see what this is. False start on the offense. They'll replay the third down, but march it back the 5 yards. And the wind's starting to pick up here in the commentary box. And that will mean it's still very windy down there on the field. So let's see what they can do. Repeat, third down. Hamilton Hawks, youth side, looking to try and open up the scoring first in the final. It's a big lob, it's gone up, it's high, and it's just out of bounds. It all looked beautiful as Oliver Pedden gets up nice and high, but cannot come down and put his feet on the ground. That was close.
It was too close. It was so close. I think the wind carried that just out. It was a perfect spiral, back corner.
We were talking to a couple of the lads who are playing quarterbacks in the final, and they were saying that the ball, as soon as it goes up high enough, the wind catches it and pushes it offside. So here we go. Hawks, 2 to the right, 1 to his left. Centre running and lashing 2. It's a great ball. It's up high, but it could be another. Oh, well defended. Well defended.
Well defended. It's interesting. I don't think the Hamilton Hawks have had a pass rush like the Hawke's Bay Heat. They're flushing out the quarterback and he's having to constantly roll to his right-hand side and constantly throwing on the run. And the passes are just becoming a little bit lower every time he's having to do that.
Yeah, Ezra Morton with a great defensive play. So we will see the Heat on offense again. And it's looking like Benji Harris will have 3 receivers stacked out to his left and passes it off. Little offload. Little rugby offload there. With a forward pass, so
yeah,
not really
forward.
a rugby offload at all. But the Heat looking to, I guess, just slowly but surely make their way up the field. As you look at the clock, 5 minutes and 43 seconds left to go in the first half. Remember, this is just halves. We have 2 halves. We're not playing quarters here at flag football. Once again, 3 receivers stacked out to the left. They're all going left, right, and centre. And oh, wow.
Packed.
It was picked off. It's been held. That was a wonderful play. And I don't know what happened there with Harris, Benji Harris. I think there was a bit of a communication breakdown because it didn't look like
there was any man in that side of the field.
There was no one there. He wasn't throwing to anyone in particular. So back come the Hawke's Bay, the Hamilton Hawks.
Yeah.
So many Hawks. The Hamilton Hawks back on attack and great field position. Let's see if Damien Henwood can do something with it as he takes the snap, rolls out to his right. Again, there's that pressure.
And that low pass, but it's contained.
And I'm trying to work out whether or not they're going to award the sack or whether they're going to say the pass was handled. And nope, they're going to give them the pass. It's great defense again from the Heat, the juniors. And we are stuck at 0-0 as the first half starts to count down. Damien Henwood takes the snap, looks out to his left, and what a pass. There we have it, touchdown number 1 in the youth final. And it is Matuka who gets it, and he has done so well. And we'll get a look at that replay right now. As you can see him lining up there just to the left of the centre, wearing number 4. And he streaks up the field and cuts out on a sharp angle, and no one can get near him. And we know how fast and quick Harris is, so that's how quick he did it. Back to live action and going for the 1 point. Sidestep in, and oh, what a ball. And they're going to give it. The 1 point is good. That was a wonderful moment. And that's just, I guess it's the big fella getting in the middle and just holding his ground. And it's really hard to get anyone past George Singaroots. And that's what you want from your centre, right? When he gets there, Brendan, you want him to just sink into that centre spot and just take up space.
Sit, take space, because he's standing still, he is right away. Means every other person's got to go around you.
All right, let's see what the Hawke's Bay Heat have in reply. And not a lot to begin with there, but they'll be happy. Remember last time they were on offense, Benji Harris threw an intercept that really had no one in the vicinity, so it was a bit of a strange one. So he'll be looking to get his confidence back with a couple of smaller passes. And here we go. 2 receivers out to the right. And it stops, goes high for all.
And
it is
tipped.
very well defended.
Number 13.
Oliver Pedden, who's shown his athleticism not only on offense, where he almost pulled in that touchdown, he just floated out of bounds, but now showing his wares on defense with that great play. So here go the junior heat, and quick offload there, and not how the play was supposed to go, I'm thinking, Brendan.
No, they've obviously taken a leaf from the Book of Jordan, where they're getting the direct snap to the running back and then handing off the QB for that run.
You're referring to, of course, the seniors quarterback, Jordan Cox, who is very mobile back there, and they do like to use that play quite a bit, where Joel Cox will run around and just offload it to his older brother, and then he's free to run wherever he wants to go. 3 receivers stacked out to his right. Let's see what Benji Harris can do for the Heat now. Takes the snap, and it's a rugby pass forward, and it's another run play, and it's a good one, and he's still going. And as he goes down, that'll leave them around about 5 metres left before he... 4?
Yeah, we'll say 4.
We'll go 4 metres left to try and get the first down. And they're sitting on 4th at the moment, so... Or was that 4th?
Oh, that was 4th.
Well, our referees aren't... They're keeping us guessing. Not a lot of handing this on. So with 1:30 to go in the first half, and the Hamilton Hawks up 7 points to 0, they will get possession and look to throw into the wind again.
Oh.
And once again, the referees absolutely selling us short. The clock has completely differed. And that'll bring the first half to a close. This is an exciting one. Of course, flag football national championships. And this is the youth final at Norana Park here in South Auckland. And the first half will come to a close with the Hamilton Hawks up 7 points to 0 over the Hawke's Bay Heat.
So who'll score first? Us. Who'll win? Oh, us. And total points? Peace. Know your game? Get more out of it than ever before. Combine single bets on the same match with TAB's Same Game Multi. Now you're in the game.
Yeah, welcome back in to Norana Park. You've caught us just at halftime in the youth grand final. 2 teams who have made their way through a whole lot of qualifications on the Saturday and find themselves here on a Sunday afternoon. Overcast, windy Sunday afternoon in the grand final for the youth division. And what a treat it's been for this National Flag Football Championship. This whole weekend has been really awesome. A fun game with a big future in it. Of course, no contact. They wear the flags around, but they still have to do all the acrobaticness of what full football brings. Smaller sides. What is it, 7 aside, Brendan?
5 aside.
5 asides on offense and defense, so plenty of space for the players to be able to get open and make the plays. And here we have it, the best of the youth teams playing off in the grand final today. And it's the Hamilton Hawks who have a 7-point lead over the Hawke's Bay Heat. And the Hawke's Bay Heat, I mean, that team is storied with tradition, and their seniors team will be playing later on this evening in the grand final. So they'll be keen to see some more points go on the board, or at least get some points on the board from these younger guys. And we know they can do it. They were stunning in their semi-final win through to get to this final. But it's been tough going and a tough ask taking on this Hamilton Hawks youth team who have been very, very good on defense. And now, to make matters a little worse, Hawke's Bay Heat have to go into this strong headwind. So we'll see how they go as they line up for the first possession of the second half. And it is, of course, Benji Harris who's offloaded it straight. And Cameron Orr will get the first yards of the second half of this grand final. And picked up a couple. Mark paired with you here, alongside me, Brendan McGurk. And Brend, these two teams, they've been, you don't see many injuries in this youth side, so they've been lucky to get through to the finals, and they seem to have full squads pretty much.
Yeah.
Not like the older guys.
No, not like the older guys. They're young, they're youthful, they've got years ahead of them.
They don't have full-time jobs to go back to.
No, they don't have families to look after and bills to pay.
And they're youthful, and look at them go. Said by two salty
old
30
men. Plus.
Yeah. All right, 3 receivers stacked out to his left. Let's see what Benji Harris can do here. He flicks it forward, and they're just marching it methodically up the field. Obviously, someone's been in the air and said, watch out for that headwind. It's going to be tough going, trying to throw into it. Let's just see what we can get. And here we go. They're going to have to get some yards now, though, as they've reached 4th down. That score again, 7-0 to the Hamilton Hawks. Hawke's Bay Heat have possession. Benji has 3 receivers out to his right. Let's not forget that the centre can also receive. So we'll see where he goes. He looks like he's going long. He's looked it off. It's Orr who's up there, and it's a wonderful play, but he's dropped it. He's just shelled it right on the sideline. That was everything and more. And Orr just couldn't quite cradle it and bring it in. It looked like he got his feet down as well. It was just the last second. He just shelled it, and man, that was a great ball.
It was a great ball. I think it happens to everyone as you think about catching what you're going to do after you catch the ball rather than focusing on, I'll catch the ball, then I'll run.
It looked like poor Orr, Cameron Orr he'd focused on his feet, he'd got both of them in and just hadn't quite looked the ball in, and that was devastating. So we see the Hawks with the ball again, and they are just going to look to work their way up the field. It's a great pass and great move. And CJ Goa is the receiver and showed a clean set of heels, stepped in, twisted, and puts them in a great position on 2nd down to try and reach the halfway point, in which they will reset their down to get 4 more plays to try and get in the end zone. 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left, all stacked in nice and closely, and more methodical work there. And it's Matuka who is the person who brings the ball in, and that looks like it's 1st down. It is indeed. Just enough.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. They've done it. Obviously, Hamilton have changed their quarterback situation around, changing to Josh at quarterback now. And you'll notice that he's now rolling right and throwing across his body, drawing all the defense onto that one side.
It's a good point. It was Damien Henwood who did all the passing in the first half, and direct snap to him now. And Josh goes to get the wee offload. We're a rugby nation, aren't we? We love a good wee swing it out wide. Is that used much in the World game, Brendan? I mean, you've experienced it. You've seen what a World's Championship looks like. To the teams like to do the rugby pass like we like to here?
No. Well, the thing is, the scene in the world changes year to year. What will happen in one tournament in Israel will end up being picked up by a tournament in the States, and then it'll be brought to a tournament in Great Britain, and then it all gets flipped over.
Yeah. Well, that was a great play there. Damien Henwood back in that quarterback spot and flung it wide. And that was a great catch and run by Kaua. Made some great yards there after the catch as well. And we've got 3 receivers stacked out to the right, and then a bit of motion. And I don't know if they're going to call it. No, he didn't call the sack there, so Henwood did the Lord's work staying in the pocket and didn't get sacked, but still swung the ball out. And it was Beatuka who ended up out of bounds. Couldn't make the catch either. So what do we got here? It's 4th
down.
They need to score on this play.
12.
4th and 12. Let's see what they've got up their sleeves. The Hamilton Hawks youth side is going long. He's going deep. It's
incomplete.
You'll see it there too. The wind catches it. Once it's up high enough, the wind catches it and floats it into the middle, and it took it away from any of his potential receivers. So no points scored in that drive there from the Hamilton Hawks. And looks like the Hawke's Bay Heat will have another chance to drive down the field. Remembering too, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching at home, they're right into a strong headwind. You may hear it on the commentary mics. That wind is going straight into the faces of the Heat juniors. So we'll see how they go as they stack 3 wide receivers out to the left. Quarterback Benji Harris will have a lot to think of. Or runs around and circles through. Kind of just a get rid of it moment, that wasn't it?
Yeah, it's just it just seems like it's breaking down the moment that they do that second pass.
Yeah.
And the read that they want just isn't there.
So basically, if you do that first offload and then you pass it backwards again, the quarterback then is able to run with it. So it gives you another option. So you need someone to touch the ball before the quarterback to make that to be the case. So let's see what happens now. Benji Harris, nice ball, and that's a great run after the catch from Ezra Morton. And he's a tidy wee player, isn't he? He's got great wheels.
He's just doing great yards after the catch.
It's one thing, that's what we were talking about before, about making the catch first and then deciding what you're going to do. And Ezra did that very, very well. So, 3rd down and inches to get that first down on halfway. Benji Harris buys some time, plenty of time, a big ball, and Orr's late, and wowza.
Tapped by number 3.
Yikes. That was as close as it's ever going to get, I think.
By Nate.
Let's see the replay on that. Man, look at this. He bought himself some time there, Benji Harris. No one was rushing him at all. Clipped the ball, threw it up, and had it in his hands, in his grasp, and just missed out. So, back to the live action, and it's 4th down. They only need that tiny little inch to get their first down and reset their downs, and let's see how they do it. Juggled about, and they won't get it. That's disappointing.
And that's turnover on downs. It's now going to be Hamilton's chance to drive down the field.
Man, that is, when you think about it, that was a big moment. There was a massive moment there from Nate Hallam, and looks what's happened. That could have changed the game completely. It was a great route run by Cameron Orr, and left them with only an inch to get, and they failed to get that. So, as you said, Brendan, we're back to watching the Hamilton Hawks on offense. Henwood fails to make a connection. Looked like plenty of people were in the zone, but no one quite there at the right time. Score still 7 points to 0. Hamilton Hawks youth side taking on the Hawke's Bay Heat Youth in the youth grand final of the 2021 Flag Football National Championships. Thank you if you're watching online. It's a pleasure to have you here. Mark Peard alongside Brendan McGurk. And that's the Hamilton Hawks. Damien Henwood with the ball in hand, and great wee pass there to the centre. George Singer Rutz, or Rutz. I don't know how to pronounce that name correctly, and I apologise to your family, George. I'm going to go with Rutz. It sounds meatier. Sounds like a football name. Singer Rutz. All right. Hamilton looking to build on these few yards they've gathered. And it's a big sling, and it's long, and it's, I think we're going to say out of bounds. But it was long, and it was a little wide. And it was a great set of hands there from Josh Pedden. I'm digging the camo Under Armour suit underneath. I reckon that's given him a couple of extra
strips. You can't see them.
Yeah.
I mean, who are you talking about?
That was a great sling down the field, and I tell you what,
the wind probably helped that as well.
The wind would have, but it also would have probably pushed it a bit wider than what he'd wanted. So if he had managed to throw it a little bit more infield, he might have counteracted that wind, and Josh would have been in for a touchdown. Here we go again. It's another big sling, and we love a good sling here.
Tapped away by the younger Orr.
Yes, indeed. Cameron Orr playing great defense, and no flag. Brendan, as a defender, you would have loved to have seen it.
There's no better feeling than just slapping a ball away in front of a receiver.
I think there is, Brendan. I think there is. And as a receiver by heart, it usually means you're catching it one-handed over the receiver, over the defender, sorry.
Yeah.
That's a much better feeling than you guys slapping it away.
Oh, potato.
But Cameron Orr will feel like $1 million after making that stop. And of course, turnover on downs. So we get to see the Hawke's Bay Heat, who are down by 7 points with the ball. Here we go.
Nice pass up the middle.
Easy, simple. Benji Harris not taking any risks at this stage. We do have on our clock, which isn't official, as we've learnt throughout the day, as we've been calling games, and all of a sudden the clock's still going and the game's still going and our clock's finished, but around 4.5 minutes left in the second half. That will be it. So let's see what the Heat can do. Oh, great pass, but
Just battered down by number 11.
yes, indeed.
Jackson Edwards.
Another person who loves to spoil a good day out for the receivers. Wind again, like it's on and off. This wind picks up and sort of drops a bit and then picks back up again. Let's see what Benji Harris can do. 2 receivers out to his left, 1 to his right. He's got the big boy Cameron Orr, who he passes it to. He cuts over the middle. He cannot evade the defender. Once again, it is number 11. It is Jackson Edwards who makes the defensive stop. What do we got now on the downs? Fourth down. This is it. This will be very different. This will probably be the one that decides the game. I'm going to throw it out there now. They need to make this. 3 receivers stacked out to his left. Benji Harris takes the ball, snapped and pushed through. It's a good pass, but it has been picked off by the man who's been doing all the defending so far today, and Jackson Edwards has given himself and his team the best chance of taking out this youth final. What an intercept. And the Hamilton Hawks take that 7-point lead, and let's have a look at the replay. Just see how much Jackson Edwards read that. He tailored it. He came back. I'm thinking it was for Orr on the second level, and Edwards jumped in right in between. And what a play from him, and back to live action. Let's see if the Hamilton Hawks can seal this deal. Oh, he has managed to make the safety. He grabbed the belt.
He grabbed the belt hanging down rather than the belt itself.
That's all right, but you got to grab the tag, and so they miss out on a sack there, the Heat. But still, there's a loss of downs practically, because that play was going nowhere. He actually thought he had been sacked, I believe, and
kind of gave up and threw the ball at the ground in disgust.
yeah.
Not again.
So many things to grab down there. You know, it's hard enough just getting the flag, and then all of a sudden you get the belt buckle itself. You're like, ah. Here we go. Oh, it's a great ball and a great catch. That's wonderful football. George Singer Roots has pulled in a magic ball there, one-handed, scooped it in. Damien Henwood would be happy with his centre after that quick out made it work. Here we go, with roughly 1.5 meters out from the end zone. Hamilton looking to hammer it home. Here are the Hawks. Henwood goes up, goes high, and no one in the vicinity again. Tell you what, that was dangerous. Benji Harris in the backfield there, right at the end of the back of the end zone. He looked promising. Looked like he could pick that one off, and you'd back him to go the whole way.
Yeah.
He could. He's got plenty of wheels. So here we go again. Maybe this time for the Heat. Let's see if they can march all the way up the field with under 2 minutes to go on the clock. I'm saying that loosely. Of course, the clock you see on the screen might not be what the referees are running to, as they have their own sets of clocks. Just an estimation. 3 receivers stacked out to his left. Harris. Looks like he was going to do the quick ball through. Great hands and a great catch. And they are marching up the field. Was that Van der Hout who took that ball in? No, Morton. Great catch from Ezra Morton. And here we go. 3 receivers stacked out to his right. Benji Harris takes the snap. What's he do? It looks like the rugby pass. No, he's going long. He's going deep. Orr's in the end zone. He's going up for a touchdown! What a play! Orr has been getting in the back many times today, but this is the first time he's actually been able to grab the ball, bring it in, and wow. That's what you want, and that is what you need. And the Heat on the last-ditch play.
I want to see that again.
Let's see the replay. He looked like he was going to do the rugby pass. Ezra, he puts it up, and Orr what an absolute champion of a catch. And Brendan, that's why we come. That's why we come to see it. Let's see if they can draw it up now.
To tie the game.
To tie the game. Harris stays in the pocket. He's going back to Orr, and it's sailed high. So the Hamilton Hawks, they hang on 7 points to 6 over the Hawke's Bay Heat. And wow, that was so dangerous, considering throwing straight into the wind. And that is it. Is it? No, yes. No, they've still got an offensive play to do. They will play one more play, I think. Clock has counted down. And the only thing that will save the Hawke's Bay Heat now is maybe an intercept, but it would be remiss of them to think that that's what will happen here, whether the Hamilton Hawks youth team will give them that opportunity or not. Here we go. The ball has been passed off in a run, and it's a good run. It's a really good run. It's a great run! Wow! From one end to the other, Josh Peden absolutely, well, he spooked everyone. So many people going for the flags, and again, let's have a look at the replay. That was amazing. Here we go. The offload, it was just a simple run play, the evasive hips, and many, many attempts at grabbing the flag, and absolutely brings it home for the Hamilton Hawks youth side in this national championship for the youth. Flag football championship, and man, back-to-back scoring plays. What an exciting time. And you can see here at the Flag Football National Championships just how excited a lot of the seniors are watching these youth play, because, man, that was something else. So the Hamilton Hawks, 13 points to 6. They take the lead after that stunning run there from Josh Peden. It was supposed to just be, look, mate, let's wind up the clock. But instead of winding up the clock, Josh swiveled the hips and kept everybody honest on his way in for a touchdown to probably seal this one. It'd be wrong with me to think anything other than. And the 1 point attempt, there's no success there, but not to worry. 13 points to 6. The Hamilton Hawks, there can't be long left on the clock, so it'll probably come down to one more play, maybe two. It'll be all or nothing now for the Heat, who have come a long way here to South Auckland to play this weekend's tournament. And they have certainly not let themselves down. It's been great football here in the championship game. We will see what has been drawn up for what will be probably one of the final plays of this grand final for the youth. And Benji Harris has two receivers stacked out to his left. So I'm guessing there's more than this than much. He's out of bounds. They'll have to keep running it. Not entirely sure. Obviously didn't get out of bounds in time. So the clock's still running, and here we go. Two receivers stacked out to the right for Benji Harris. One to his left. He looks like he's opening it up and just taking little bit by little bit, or takes another ball. They will get themselves up to the halfway point now. This is all go. The clock gets stopped because, of course, he ran out of bounds. So all is not lost yet. Remember, you can take a 2-point conversion in this, which could square it up. And a bit of talking. Clock has stopped, of course, ball out of bounds. Let's see what Benji Harris, the quarterback for the Hawke's Bay Heat, has up his sleeve. Takes the snap, looks it out. Again, here we go. Straight through and out of bounds. Clock stopped again. First down has been called. And clock being stopped, referees giving the signals. Here we go. Two receivers stacked out to his right. One off to his left. Benji Harris takes the snap. Still making short plays. Straight up the middle. Clement this time. They are marching it up. There cannot be long left on the clock now. And the referee, I've just heard him say, there's 11 seconds left on the clock. They take their timeout. Lads go off to the sideline. Adam Blake in there, one of their senior receivers. He's there helping out the team and giving them a couple of thoughts. Adam Blake, of course, my MVP for semi-final number 2. He is an amazing player, so he'll be passing on some of that knowledge, and that's what this weekend has been all about. We've had the women's game, which has been amazing. We've had the youth sides, as you can see, high-end talent as well. And we'll have, of course, the men's game final. And Adam Blake, who you can see there in the huddle with the black hat on, the black heat hat on. He's handing off some of that knowledge and telling the lads where they need to be, where they need to go. So let's see if that helps. Here we go. 11 seconds left on the clock. Harris stands, delivers, gives it the rugby pass, and it's been dropped. That's all right. That's all right. I don't know what they were thinking there, because if he had caught the ball and hadn't made it to the sideline, they would have probably had around 2 seconds left to try and snap the ball, and that's probably not the best outcome. So probably the best thing happened just then and there. Here we go. Adam Blake just came on and gave one more message. I think this is the go button. There must be around 9 seconds left. And the Hawke's Bay Heat junior side knocking on the door, down 13 points to 6 against the Hamilton Hawks in the youth final. Here we go. Harris cocks it back. He's going deep. He's going high. And even though he brings it in, did not have his feet in bounds. Looking to the referee to see how much time they have left. They will have one more shot, I would expect. One more shot to go. It's all or nothing now. And the Flag Football National Championship Youth Final. And we'll see what Benji Harris has up his sleeve. 2 receivers off to his left, 1 to his right. He cocks it back. He's looking for Orr on the far right-hand side of the end zone. He goes up, he's got it! He's got it! What a catch! What a play! Let's see the replay on that, and I'll catch my breath. Harris just hanging in the pocket, waiting for Orr to make the play. He goes all the way back through 2 defenders, and wow, what a catch from Cameron Orr, and what a play from the Hawke's Bay Heat. Right at the death. The referees and umpires are all in. They're talking. Let's see what's going to happen here. I would hope it's got nothing to do with that last play, because no one deserves to take that away from Benji Harris or Cameron Orr. That was sensational play. I would hope they haven't found something niggly to pull up. Hard to see what the referees are trying to decide here. There's a bit of a conversation going on. You can see all the hand gestations. You can see them talking. Here we go. We'll soon find out. No, the touchdown stands. They're going for 1 point. It's already a 1 point game. Hawke's Bay Hawks 12, Hamilton Hawks 13. Hawke's Bay Heat with the ball. They need this to draw it up. The 1 point play. Harris holds on to it. He's going back to his favourite target. And he's dropped it! He's dropped it in the end zone. You know what? You can't take it away from Orr. He's had an absolutely sensational game. The ball got thrown up there. If we have a replay, we can cut to it now. It was unbelievable. Harris brought some time. He just zinged it in there, his favourite target. And Orr, I tell you what, he had it all and tried it once again in that end zone, the back of the end zone, and just dropped it, shelled it right at the last second. And it looks like we can catch up with now Brendan, who's made his way down onto the field. And who was it, Josh Peden there, who was supposed to just take an early quick run out and ended up running for a touchdown there.
Yeah, thanks, Ark. I'm here with Josh. Amazing game, mate. What changed first half to second half? Because it just seemed like 2 different teams.
Honestly, our defense was amazing. It was absolutely impeccable. They just came out and they played some amazing ball. And from the first half to the second half, I think it was attitude all the way. We wanted it a lot more. You know, we wanted it so much more than the other team, I guess. But I mean, hell of a team, the other team. Beautiful game, absolutely beautiful. Right?
So what's next for you now?
I don't know, get back to training after a little bit of break, I guess, and contact football coming up soon. So yeah, that's us. But contact football, yeah.
Cool. I'll let you go celebrate with the team. Congratulations, mate.
Thank you so much, mate.
Wow, there you have it. The man who scored one of the more amazing touchdowns running the ball. That was Josh Peden, the number 9 with the camo on. No one could see him during that last run, and generally would be considered the touchdown that won it all. So congratulations to the Hamilton Hawks. 13, this is the youth squad in the flag football youth division finals. And I'll head back down onto the sideline, and Brendan McGurk is with the man of the moment, who had the touchdown to almost draw it up. Who you got down there, Brendan?
No, I'm here with the younger Orr. Not the finish you want, but you dragged the team to that final spot. What happened?
Oh, I don't know. The boys played great. Absolutely stoked with how we played, mate. I don't know. They were just a better team at the end of the day.
So next year you're back with a vengeance?
Yeah, I hope so.
Can't wait to see you, mate.
Yeah.
All the best for the future.
Thank you.
Nice work, and a great game by Orr. He stood up there in the final, brought in that last touchdown, and couldn't quite bring in the one-pointer that would have taken them through and drawn it up. So that brings us to a close here for the Flag Football National Championship Youth Division, and it's a big congratulations to the Hamilton Hawks taking up the game 13 points to 12 over the Hawke's Bay Heat.